The purpose of this short presentation is just to highlight a site called Freelancer.com. There are other sites online that deal with this issue. Odesk in particular is a large organisation that is in this area. The key point about this is you need to go to the site and have a look around. But Freelancer is a offshoring website aimed at small business. It's designed to put in touch small business people in Australia and so-called developed economies with contractors who provide services to do specific projects. So what happens is you list your project on this site and then you will get bids from it. What Freelancer does is create the platform for you to find these people that will do this work for you, and they also monitor how they do their work. They have a very robust system of checking the quality of the work that's done because they record complaints, they get star ratings. It gets complicated. You'll need to look in there. I mean, clearly what Freelancer are trying to do is create the conduit for these assignments to be offshored. You'll need to examine all that. I just wanted to quickly highlight the project-based system that works here. So if you go to Freelancer, you can then browse projects. Now, projects are jobs that people want done, and inevitably these jobs are sourced from so-called developed economies where people are looking to get these projects done by people overseas, because let's face it, there are a lot of very well-educated people overseas with lots of experience and knowledge, particularly with software and other processes, and it's a costing issue. They charge way less than you would have to pay if you had someone in Australia do it, because their cost of living is so much less. A classic case would be an Excel programmer who lives in Vietnam. He or she has excellent knowledge of Excel, and they don't need to charge $50 an hour, because in Vietnam you don't need that sort of money, and often the rate is way less than that. So you can put specific projects up. The big area, of course, with so-called offshoring on specific projects for small business is IT. And that just simply recognises the fact that IT can be time-consuming. A lot of people overseas have knowledge. So these are all the website and IT projects that are there, and there's literally thousands of jobs in different categories. But if you wanted something done in IT, this is definitely where you would do it. I'm interested, or we're interested, in the accounting side of things. So this is the business legal area. Let's get this in a little bit closer. So these are the projects. So we'll go to finance, and finance would then represent the projects that are in that category, and then down here you can see the projects that are listed. So these are the projects that have come in. Now we'll go down there's one here that I think is probably a good one to show you. Bookkeeper to make profit and loss. So here someone's posted a job for a bookkeeper to help build a profit and loss. Now, people overseas can do bookkeeping, and a lot of people overseas have good knowledge of QuickBooks. Quicken, for example, is a very large platform used in the United States, so a lot of people in Asia and India have knowledge of that product. The details then for that job are listed, and then people will quote on that job. And I've just brought that job up now, and in here you've got the details of the job where they're just spelling out what they want done, and then people then quote. These are all the people that have applied to fill that position. You then go through and select which person you would like to work on it. The key issue is, and this is what's important, this is what you need to look at, it's designed for small business. There are a lot of issues, and that's on the expert software system side about the work you get done. But clearly there is a way of building a relationship with people. And what often happens with Freelancer is that you start to get to know someone. That person may live in Indonesia, they speak English, and they have good knowledge of Mob or QuickBooks. You start to get to know them. They get ratings, and you can see the ratings here, the star ratings, which are very important because it helps you understand from feedback. When anyone uses Freelancer as a contractor, Freelancer, and you can imagine the importance of this and why it's so central to their platform, go out of their way to monitor that work, to get feedback, to get an understanding. People who contract to Freelancer need to have a very high star rating. If they do their work crisp every time, on demand, within the time budget and the cost allocated, then the star rating is high, which means that they will get more work. And a lot of people make their living providing these services. If you live in Indonesia and you are very good, say with QuickBooks and Excel or whatever, you could make a living providing services into Australia. And it happens, it's real, it's going on. So have a look at it, and you're welcome also have a look at Odesk. The point about this is that it's the platform that allows offshoring to take place on specific projects. On the site, we're talking about a lot of things to do with actual full-on processing, but there are people out there, and the thing that really makes the difference is what they charge is substantially, to the point of being radically less than what you pay in Australia. And often, and this is the point I've been making over and over again on this site, is that often the skills of these people are in fact better. They are highly qualified, intelligent people who just live in a low-cost economy, and therefore they can charge a lot less.